Look, I need you to understand something, and I need you to understand it right now. Most people out here are chasing that one big moment, that one breakthrough, that one spotlight, that one opportunity that magically changes everything. They're waiting for inspiration to hit, waiting for someone to notice them, waiting for life to hand them momentum. But life doesn't move for people who wait. Life moves for the ones who show up, for the ones who put in the work every single day, even when nobody sees them, nobody praises them, nobody even believes in them yet. That's where the real transformation happens. Behind closed doors, in quiet rooms, with no audience and no applause. Consistency is the force most people never tap into. They think success comes from intensity, going hard for a week, burning bright for a moment, giving everything they have in one burst of effort. But one day of greatness doesn't build a legacy. One moment of inspiration doesn't create mastery. One burst of energy doesn't develop character. It's the tiny, almost invisible steps you take every day that turn into something unstoppable over time. Think about water dripping onto stone, slow, patient, persistent. You don't see the change happening day by day, but one day you look up and that stone is carved, shaped, transformed. That's what consistency does to your life. Most people start strong and die out fast. They get hyped for a week, focused for a month, maybe disciplined for a season. But when the results don't show up instantly, they quit. They say it isn't working, the progress is too slow, the journey is too long. But the truth is, the ones who win aren't the ones who work the hardest in one moment. They're the ones who going long after everyone else stopped. They respected the process. They honored the effort. They trusted the little things, the daily habits, the boring repetitions that most people overlook. Every day you put in work, whether it's one rep, one call, 1 hour of practice, you're stacking momentum. You're building something in the dark that the world will eventually see in the light. The grind nobody sees is the grind that matters the most. When people finally notice your success, they call it luck. They call it talent. They call it timing. But they never see the nights you stayed up, the mornings you pushed through, the days you kept going even when you felt empty. That's consistency. That's discipline. That's the difference maker. See, consistency does something intensity can't. It shapes you. It transforms your identity. It teaches you who you really are when the hype is gone, when motivation fades, when no one is holding you accountable except your own spirit. Every day you show up, you become a little stronger, a little sharper, a little more resilient. You learn to trust yourself, to rely on your own discipline, to build confidence through action instead of motivation. Consistency isn't just about reaching goals. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't quit, who doesn't crack, who doesn't fold under pressure. The unseen grind is where character is built. Anybody can show up when they're excited. Anybody can work hard when the spotlight is on them. Anybody can give effort when the reward is instant. But showing up when you're tired, uninspired, doubtful, or discouraged, that's where real growth happens. That's where perseverance is born. That's where resilience is forged. And that resilience is what carries you through every setback, every failure, every moment life tries to break you. Momentum is a product of consistency. You don't need huge leaps every day. You need small steps taken repeatedly. One action compounds into 10, 10 grow into 100. And before you know it, the momentum becomes its own engine, pushing you forward even on days when your energy is low. Nipsey called it the marathon for a reason. It's not about sprinting, it's about staying in the race. It's about moving with purpose, step by step, day by day, trusting that the path is shaping you as much as the destination. Legacy comes from what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally. People remember patterns, not moments. They remember how you showed up over the years, not how intensely you acted one time. Legacy is built in repetition, in the habits you cultivate, the values you uphold, the discipline you honor. Every day you commit to your craft, your growth, your vision. You're leaving a mark that lasts far beyond the moment. Consistency also builds mastery. You can't become great at anything by touching it once in a while. Skills grow through repetition, through practice, through constant refinement. Every time you show up, even if it's just for a little while, you improve, you learn, you adjust. Intensity might get you a breakthrough here and there, but consistency turns breakthroughs into a lifestyle. It transforms talent into expertise, and expertise into excellence. Consistency protects you from burnout too. When you rely on bursts of intensity, you drain yourself quickly. You burn hot and fast, and then you fade out. But when you build consistency, you create rhythm, you create structure, You create a sustainable foundation that keeps you moving for years, not minutes. The people who last aren't the ones who push themselves to the edge once. They're the ones who build a system that supports long-term growth. Consistency also builds trust in yourself and trust from others. The more you show up for yourself, the more you believe in your own ability to follow through. That belief becomes confidence. And when people see your consistency, they trust your vision, your character, and your leadership. They see reliability. They see dedication. They see someone who isn't just talking about success, but living the process every day. At its core, consistency over intensity is a mindset shift. It's choosing progress over perfection. It's choosing patience over instant gratification. It's choosing long-term gains over short-term excitement. It's understanding that success isn't about doing everything at once. It's about doing something every day. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission. You don't need intensity. You need commitment. You need persistence. You need the courage to keep going even when progress is slow. You need the discipline to keep showing up even when nobody knows your name. Because one day, the work you did in silence will be the reason the world listens to your voice. One day, the seeds you planted in consistency will turn into everything you dreamed of. One day, your daily effort will prove why it always beats occasional intensity. That's the power of staying consistent.